Hello and welcome to the Waste Talk series. My name is Vartika. And in this series, we'll talk about everything and anything waste, how to reduce waste, how to transform waste into something more useful, and how to dispose of waste properly when we actually throw it away. And today I have with me Swati. Swati decluttered her house after a long time. Decluttering is a very strong word. Maybe she took some time to remove some items from her house. So, welcome, Swati. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me in this podcast, Vartika. It's really nice to meet you virtually, and I'm excited to talk about this topic.
Yeah, no, thank you for accepting my invitation. Yeah, I know that you recently cleaned your house after long, long time. We move from house to house, and kids grow, and then we accumulate so much stuff at our places, right? And sometimes we just don't get time to take time to remove all this and go from room to room. So let's start with your experience. So first of all, tell me, how did you decide? What came into your mind that you have to now finally do it?
I felt, let me start with telling you that, we moved to our new house in 2020 November. I had already decluttered before moving to the house, but after coming to the house, I felt that, things had started accumulating a lot. And I was not at ease in my skin that okay, there's too much stuff in the house. I need to declutter, and I've been thinking for this to do it for past 1 year or so. And then I finally decided. I said, you know what? Thinking will not help. I have to start taking one small step at a time. So I started decluttering from one room at a time. So I started with my son's room, took out all the clothes that he doesn't wear, the toys that he's not no longer using, and every little stationery and pens and everything. I started opening each and every drawers, and I would kind of spend probably on weekends I would spend 2 to 3 hours at the most maximum, like between Saturday Sunday, and I would start one closet, one room, one drawer at a time. And I've been doing this for past 1 year now. In fact, I started last year. So last year, for the last 3 months, I decluttered a lot. My top floor, I was able to declutter everything. And the thing with me is when I'm in a mood of decluttering, I'm 100% focused and I forget about cooking or any other thing. I'm like, okay, let me finish this work. So that's how I started. And in a
Wow.
matter of 3 months, I decluttered my top floor and the ground floor. My basement was left, which I did this summer.
You mentioned over 1 year. That is quite overwhelming. I mean, you have been doing
I
this
know.
since last 1 year.
I don't, since the time I moved to our new house, I did not declutter at all.
Yeah.
So I had lots to declutter. But after speaking with you and after finishing this decluttering, I'm thinking like every month, maybe even once a week, I can just open up and see, what is it that I don't want, what is it that I want to throw or donate or whatever, and then start just, working towards that because that's going to make my life easy.
You mentioned that you went from room to room, you started with your boys' room. So the
Yeah,
place where we are living, we try to keep that clean, but everything then gets to basement and then we
actually.
just don't get time. So let me ask you a fun question. What is the smallest size you found in clothing from your son? 4 year old, 8 year old?
I think 8 years old, 8 years old was something, 8, 9 years old was something that I found. And that is what I removed because when we moved here, he was, I believe, 6, 7 years old. Uh, so after that, it's been a long time since I did decluttering.
eight
So
year 8 years old clothing, and then he's now 14, so 6 years. And
13 years,
sometimes
yes.
it still fits them, and we think that
Yeah,
what
he's going to wear it at home, like, at night kind of
okay.
dress kind of thing, but he doesn't wear it. So there's no point keeping things which he's not going to wear, right?
Okay,
So
so let's talk about your boys stuff actually. So in clothing you found different sizes, and you also found different toys. What kind of toys did he have, like Lego, Hot
no,
Wheel? What kind of Lego?
Lego is something that I keep because Legos were so expensive, and we've been buying Legos for, since he was 1 year old. So I've got a lot of Legos, a big box full of Legos. I've not thrown those Legos. Like Lego is something anybody
That's
and
a good
everybody
mental exercise for.
would like to keep, but every other like plastic or little tidbits here and there, all of those toys and things that he does not play anymore, all those race cars and all of those things. So metal cars, I have still kept those cars with me because those are metal, right? So, and kids, whoever come to our place, they can play with that,
They
right?
can play
He
with that.
has
Yeah, I
all the,
also keep
yeah,
some sort of small toys. If kids
yes,
are visiting our houses, we should have something to
something for
entertain
them.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but other than that, anything plastic or anything which is broken or anything which is no longer, he does not play at all. And I feel that it's not even worth giving it to another person to play. So I would rather keep that for donation, and, and then they can figure out as to what they want to do.
Okay, so you are saying clothing and toys, etc. You are
With
taking to donation
stationaries,
center.
stationaries also.
Stationery,
Stationery,
yes. So
yeah.
stationery, you mean the like journals or like good books or what kind of stationery?
Stationery, when I say uh, like sticky notes or paper or notebook which is already full.
Hmm?
So it's like, I have kept them in stationery bag, blue bag, so that, either I'll give it so that they can do whatever they want to do with that, those stationaries,
Yeah,
then
so
pens that are not
stationery
working.
that is still useful that can be donated, right? They will
Yeah,
keep it and they can resell it. But if
yeah.
your journals are like full of
So that
his work,
that's
that
not
is
for,
recycled. Yeah.
that is recycling, yes, that I've kept for recycling, yes, that I've put in
So what
recycling.
donation center is your favorite donation center? Where do you take all this stuff?
In fact, I checked with you only. You only told me the best place to go is Goodwill. So that is one place where I'll be going. But when I used to live in condo, we had, what do you call, sister brothers and sisters center
Okay.
kind of thing. So they had those big bins outside their centers to put all the clothing. So we used to put all the clothings out there. But now I'm going to take it to Goodwill, and
Yeah,
I'm going to
Goodwill
put.
is a good one, but if you go to Wastewise app, cities Wastewise app, if
Yeah.
you just search for the item what goes where and put your items, clothing and toys, it will show you a lot of donation centers, and you can also find other donation centers nearby, right?
Okay.
So maybe if Goodwill's is close to you, and then it's good. Yeah, but there are a lot of different donation centers where you can take different kind of stuff, and even towels. I was looking in that their website. Even they accept
Okay.
towels as well. Old
Even
towels
if they're torn, even if they're torn.
because they use it for rag and all that.
Oh,
They might not be able to resell it, but they use it for different stuff. So all
okay.
users can, yeah. Until unless your clothing is really worn out and ripped off, you can easily donate it.
Yeah, yeah. You just said that, clothes that are worn out.
Mhm.
So that should not be sent to kind of donation. So where should we put that?
Yes, so actually, I was looking it, and I use it as racks sometime, but I cannot
Okay.
use that much clothing as racks as well. So in donation center, if you mix up your good clothing and worn out clothing, they have to send it to thrift store, and there they sort it out. So maybe
Okay.
the worn out clothing you can directly take to thrift stores as well. They always have a bin for
Oh,
the stuff that they cannot sell, and that goes to the recycling facilities. There are a lot of different recycling textile facilities
oh,
in Edmonton and outside, so that they give them away. So
good to know.
only thing
Thank you.
is they will have to put some extra effort if you take it to donation center. That's the only difference.
Yeah, most of his clothes are kind of brand new kind of thing. It's like once or twice worn, and like boys are now picky. They want to wear what they want to wear. So
And they're happy to take that kind of stuff. So yeah.
yes, yes. Okay.
Okay, so let's move. Other than clothing, toys, stationery, what are some of the items that you can maybe say something?
Appliances.
Hmm? You also have appliances that you have to get rid of.
Yes, appliances. Then I have kitchen utensils or something, things that I'm not using and I've not used for a very long time, and I know that I'm not going to use it. So those things, uh, those I kept it in one bag, like the kitchen
So what
appliance
appliance? Like what appliances?
appliances, like I would say toaster.
Mm-hmm.
It's not working, or it was working, but it was like very, very old now. So we changed our toaster. So that was there. There was one hand mixer or something, because I have many other hand mixers. So those kind of stuff. And kitchen utensils, like, the sieve, the big sieve, which I don't use at all. So that kind of thing. Tray that I don't use at all, like the IKEA tray that you keep it on the bed. We have not used it at all. We don't sit in the bed and
Okay.
eat. This
Yeah.
kind of stuff, right?
Well,
So
lifestyle changes and we stop using one kind of stuff and start using
exactly,
something
exactly,
else. Yeah.
exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, you found lot of stuff from your kitchen as well. So maybe there can be just one rule here. If your stuff is working, appliances are working, and your sieves or other utensils are in good condition, it's a good candidate for donation center, right? But
Okay.
something
So
like old,
it's in Goodwill.
yeah,
Goodwill.
goodwill is fine, yeah,
Okay.
or any other donation center. But if something is not in great condition, like it has worn out, for example, old metal pan, or it's broken, right? But
Yeah.
still it's metal, so that can be taken to eco station.
Oh, really?
Because yes, yeah,
Pens?
yeah,
Okay.
right?
Metal pens. Metal
Metal
pens.
pens, yes. So
Okay.
old pen, like it is really, nobody can use it. If you can't use
Oh,
it, like nobody can use it, right? So
that's
even old knife, metal, anything metal related, you can keep in one bag, and that can be taken to eco station.
so metal stuff. I understand. What about the wooden stuff, like the kitchen, the trays? Where do we put those?
So again, wooden kitchen tray, I'm thinking, if I think of it, I visualize it, it should be something authentic. If you are not using it, maybe someone else can use it
And
and may
use
be
it.
happy to have it. So it's a good candidate for donation
Oh,
center.
Goodwill.
I-
Okay.
Yeah. But
Okay.
again, for wood also, if you have scrap wood that is not in good condition, that has to go to eco station.
Oh, really? Eco station even would?
Even would, like, what I mean, if it is not for donation center, where would can you think of taking it? Like, what can you think of?
I was thinking, even if it is not in good condition, even if I'm sending it to Goodwill, they would maybe just polish and make it like something
uh,
nice. They do that not, but like
yeah,
people still use it. Like they can sell it for $1, right? It is
yeah,
still
yeah, I mean, this is a good ideology, good thought process. Right, but maybe you should go through their acceptable items list, because they get so much stuff, right? They get so much sellable stuff. They might not be able to do this kind of stuff that like
yeah,
they're
yeah. They don't
selling it,
have
right?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it will not be, but you got a good point here, to reuse something as a craft work. And you might have heard about reuse center here in Edmonton, right? Reuse center. So they accept lot of this kind of material that can be used as craft. For example, packaging peanuts, bubble
Mm,
wrap, paper
yeah,
towel tube,
yeah.
right? So old canvas, painting canvas, right? Those kind of things. But I think scrap food is not in their list as well. That will go to eco station. But yeah, reuse
Oh,
center is also. So did you
okay.
find something for reuse center as well?
No, I, except for Goodwill, I didn't check as to where, because most of the things that I was going through, and I felt that, it can go to Goodwill and they can actually sell it because the conditions are good.
Okay, so
Whatever.
tell me about your gift bags or wrapping paper. Did you find something like that while you were cleaning?
Wrapping papers, normally, as people these days, they normally give those bags in which they
Yeah,
give the gift. Yeah, so those bags I normally keep it, and if the name is not written on it, I reuse that to give it to
I do
someone
that
else.
too. That's very good one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I use that. So I don't have that. And wrapping papers, I've not received any wrapping papers at all
Okay.
as a gift. Yeah.
It's good, but any kind of gift bag, a foil gift bag or paper bag, wrapping paper, also reuse center takes it.
Okay, 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 okay.
So you will be amazed with the list of reuse center. I'm really fond of
To check that because
that,
yeah.
yeah, because they
Any
really
such
accept lot of
any such papers like gift papers? I'm trying to recall. They are all in stationery bag kind of thing.
Mhm, mhm.
So
Yeah, no, awesome. Awesome. Okay, so can you think of anything else other than these categories that maybe we talked about kitchen appliances, we talked about clothing, toys, right? Anything else you found that
that is.
can think of
Uh,
putting in a different category?
Yeah, so I have laptops, a lot of laptops that will go to Eco Station. I've got a lot of small cylinders that we take for camping. So, or when we are going for picnics, so we use that small cylinder to cook food, so I've got a lot of them. So
Those
all
are
those will
empty
go to
ones.
Eco.
Yeah,
Empty ones, yes. So all that will go to Eco Station.
that's a
And
good one. Yeah.
yeah, and I probably have a kerosene kind of, it's empty, but then it is again, metal. So some amount of residue probably is there inside. So that will also go to Eco. That's what I was thinking. That'll go to Eco Station. I have a metal, like cast iron sandwich maker, which I used it only once and I didn't like it. So
Hmm.
that will go to Eco Station, I believe, or should I send that to Goodwill?
So, let me talk about cast iron. I also had a cast iron pan, and people are really fond of using cast iron because it has iron in it, right? It's good to cook into this. But I found it very heavy as well, and I could not use it. Do you have similar experience? Why don't you like it?
No, I have a lot of cast iron. I use cast iron a lot. I've got Dutch oven cast iron. I've got for barbecue cast iron, that has those things. I have cast iron pan, cast iron tawa. I've got a lot of
Right.
cast iron and I use that all the time. I use that. The only thing that I don't use in cast iron is the sandwich maker, because the reason why I'm not using it, because it takes a lot of time to heat and then to roast the bread inside, and I find that a waste of time and energy. That's the reason why I'm giving away that particular one. But otherwise, cast ironers you can give from generation to generation. So it is very easy. So what I normally do after using cast iron, you should never use soap. But if in case you have to use soap to clean the cast iron,
Hmm.
I immediately dry the cast iron. I apply oil inside and outside and heat. I just put it on heating of just low. Uh, what do you say? On your gas. And once it's hot, then switch it off. And then when it is cool, it's again non-stick. It becomes again non-stick. So I use that a lot, cast iron.
Cast iron utensils are very heavy, but you seem to
But
be a pro in this. You have a lot of
I
different.
like, yes, I like it. I make all my greens in cast iron.
Yeah, no, I have recently thinking about as well. I will get some cast iron pans and start using it because those are good. Yeah. But coming back to your question, where should this sandwich maker go? I think it can be donated to Goodwill Center. You don't like it, but some
Okay. Yeah,
like
someone else can. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
usable condition, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, you mentioned the petroleum cans, gas cans. Yeah, that should go to eco station. Uh, we should avoid throwing anything right in trash just because it's easy. It's good to have some trips to eco station and reuse center and donation center and take some time to do that. Yeah. So
I
mhm.
Sorry, I have a question. There's one thing that I don't know where to put, and I think I'm guessing that will also go to Eco Station. That's like oil that has been used for frying. Like
Okay.
after 1 or 2 use, it's not good to use again. So I put that in milk cans.
Okay. And how much is that? You're saying milk can, so it is 4 liters, I think.
Yeah, 4 liters. It's not full yet, but yes, it is getting full. So where should I throw that oil?
So generally, if it is less like 1 liter or less, you can put in a jar and you can properly put in your can, a trash can, garbage can. That's okay. In
Okay.
a jar, not like just dump it. But if
Yes, yes.
it is more than 1 liter, just like you mentioned, even though it is not full in your 4 liters can, you can also take this to eco station.
Okay, okay.
You will love the eco station trip because it's a hub for all of these kind of items, right? We
Okay.
mentioned, gas cans, appliances, metal scraps, and
Yes.
any toxic material, and this as well. So a lot of
Um,
items, they just take everything and they dispose of, after taking from us, they dispose of it properly. And even
okay.
your electronics item, like you mentioned, laptop and cell phones,
Yes.
everything there, and even the large cables, cables that
Yes.
we use to for electronics. If
Yes.
you just put it in the trash, it has lot of metal that can be reused, recycled, right? Can be taken,
Yes.
extracted from there. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I took away your thought. You were saying something.
No, 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 no. That was my only question. So do you think plastic can also be recycled?
A lot of different plastic can be recycled. Like, what is specific plastic?
Like I'm thinking about my son's that that track that they have those big tracks, that car racing tracks. So it's all plastic, right? And it's all in good condition.
That's a very good question, actually. And a lot of people think that it can be recycled, but it is hard plastic. And
Oh,
if it is in good condition, of course, you will donate it. But if it is not in good condition and it should go to, you need to dispose it off, it has to go to trash, unfortunately,
okay.
because it cannot be recycled. So if you check the Wastewise app, only the stretchy plastic or some clamshell containers where we get strawberries and those fruits, those are
Okay.
recyclables. But all other hard plastic, even the toy packaging, that seems to be plastic, right? But it cannot be recycled. So
Oh, what about the vegetables, like the salads and the greens that comes in that plastic? Is that recycled?
spinach, salads, bags, you are mentioning, right? Have you
Yeah.
ever tried pulling it?
No,
Yeah,
never.
that is it. It cannot be pulled. It can be clear off, like, but it cannot be, pulled. So it is
Yes.
also trash. And do you
Oh,
have, by the way, do you have Wastewise app on your phone?
waste. Yes, I have. I
Yeah,
have that.
so maybe after this call you can try it.
Just
Salad,
try.
salad bags, spinach bags. You will see that it is trash. You will
Yeah, they
mention.
should not be selling it in that. I feel that, because
Okay, so maybe they can change something there, but those bread bags, tortilla bags, if you have tried pulling those
yeah.
are those are stretchy and those are recyclable. Uh,
Okay.
but
Okay.
maybe it is expensive, or I don't know why they do it. Like they do the bread bags and the stretchy ones, but not the salad. I don't know
Like
that. Maybe
that, they should do that just to save,
no,
save the environment. Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I cannot say much without exploring it further. But yeah, it's a good thought that everything should be able to recycle.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Because if you want to save the environment, you have to do something about that. Not you in particular, but what I'm talking
Yeah,
about is government has to think about that because, uh, yeah, there's too much
I
pollution.
know. So yeah, there is no other alternative as well for if you have that chopped salad, chopped spinach or washed in bag, that one cannot be recycled. But you know that the lettuce, cauliflower, they wrap in the plastic. If you
Yes.
pull that one, that is a stretchy plastic.
Statue plant.
And if
Yes.
it is still in clean condition, then it should be put in the recycle. So don't buy the chopped ones, don't buy the bags,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you will save the plastic, right? Sometimes it's just easier to do it, so we buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. That
You know
is
what
true.
I think is we cannot go to really zero waste, that we are not buying anything that will not go to trash. Even though we reduce our trash by 70-80%, even that helps, right? Like we cannot do 100%, but even if we are reducing, we are mindful what we are buying, what we should buy. Even that helps the environment as well.
Yeah, no, I totally agree because I feel there's so much stuff in the market, and every day something new is coming out. And whenever I go for shopping, I try to think that, okay, how long I'm going to use this product, and when I'll be throwing this product, if it is of any use to me or not. Can I do it without this? Do I have an alternative? I really think that in my mind before I buy, because otherwise you end up with so much stuff in the house that eventually you will not use it, your kids will not use it. And that's what I think. And nowadays, like, I don't buy stuff at all unless it is really, really, really I need it. I cannot do without it. I don't buy things.
Yeah, that's right. You bring a very good point that instead of thinking of getting rid of things or eliminating, rather not buy it
Buy.
in the first place, right? So I think about this a lot, especially for my own clothes. I mean, I cannot say all the time no to my kids. They are growing and they have different needs all the time. But for myself, I always think if I'm going to buy a top or some fancy dress, do I have a alternative for this already? How many times would I wear this one even if I buy it? So, and that makes me rethink, maybe I don't really need it. And I feel very happy at the end, by this mind one, and I did not buy it. So yeah, at the end it's a win-win. And I
Yeah.
also like to buy from thrift stores. They whatever stuff we are donating, you just check out your stuff. You have such a good thing that you are not using it, but maybe someone else can use it. It's still in very good condition. So that way, lot of other people also donate very good stuff, branded items, clothing. I don't mind going there and buying things from there. For
Never
me,
tried the option at
yeah.
all. Never at all. I've never done that at all. But I'm thinking, if what about my Indian suits? Like, if I don't wear them anymore, is it okay to give it in thrift store? Because I don't know if there are any Indians buying there or not, or any Asian people who actually wear those suits. Do they buy it from there? I'm not sure about that.
For sure, you should visit a thrift store sometime and you will be surprised to see a specific section just for Indian clothing, Indian
No?
dresses, lehengas, saris, blouse, everything. One of my friends from Philippines, she was invited to one of the Sikh wedding. And she was saying, maybe, Vartika, do you have some Indian clothing that I can borrow from you? But I did not have anything for her size. So I advised her to go to Value Village. They also carry something. And she went there and she bought such a wonderful embroidered maroon color full suit, like a salwar suit with the dupatta. And then she sent me her picture that made me so happy. I mean, she could have bought a new one as well, but how many times will she wear it, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you can, if it is washable, you can wash it, or you can use that like sanitizer. What do we call it? Fabric cleanser,
Yeah,
germs
yeah.
killer or something. You can spray lightly, and then it is sanitizers good to be used again. I don't mind going there.
I remember a few years back, I was going somewhere and I saw a kid wearing a t shirt, and I just looked at that kid. He was wearing the t shirt that Jay used to wear. So, exactly. And I had put it in that, Valley Village. I just dumped it over there, and they must have bought it from there. It was, yeah, it was reused, and I was glad that, okay, somebody is using it at least. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So we are almost at the end, and I did not even realize how much we have talked. And I would like to end with a summary of what all we talked about. We talked about different, stations, eco station, reuse center, donation centers, and we should all try to think of a proper disposal center rather than throwing things in trash whenever we are decluttering our houses. And yeah, it was wonderful to talk to you, and we'll
Same
talk
here.
again.
Same here. Thank you so much for your time, Vartika. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.